I would like to talk about 7 ways that I think will help you add more character and more charm, more vintage goodness to your home. And I hear from a lot of people that, they're in a home that isn't old. Maybe it's 10 years old or 20 years old, maybe it's brand new, maybe it's really builder grade, and they're just struggling to create that cozy, timeless feel that so many of us love, especially on this channel. So I brainstormed 7 things that I think are really gonna help you. And well, I think that, come here, Nala, come here, when you say hi. She's dropping her toys. Well, I think that it is something to consider, definitely, the age of your house. And you do have to respect certain things. I actually call it house whispering, where you spend a lot of time, just really analyzing the home and all of its weaknesses and its strengths, and working with what you have. And there's just some things that aren't gonna work. Super Victorian things in maybe a mid-century modern home sometimes doesn't work unless you do it really, really well and intentionally, and you really balance different elements and kind of create a whole new look, which is not easy to do. But I do think that these pieces are gonna guide you, and I want you to add to the list as well, because it's not exhaustive, and I feel like that we can always learn from each other. So without further ado, let's talk about the 7 things that you can add to your space to bring in more vintage style. So the first one's probably really obvious, but it's just to pay attention to the shell of your room. If that means adding board and batten, if it means vertical shiplap, new, old windows, not new windows, new to you windows, changing the lighting, the mantles. The shell is the part of the house that you leave when you move. It's the pieces that you're leaving. So if you need to change them out, you could do that. I love the corbels on this mansion. This is called the Mayhurst Estate. This is where I do my bespoke design retreat every year. It's my interior design retreat. It's in Orange, Virginia, and you're going to see a lot of it in this video. But they even added their own. Some of it was, of course, part of this incredible mansion, but they added this piece in the corner. That, I believe it's just foam off of Amazon. And they stuck it on the ceiling and then painted it all one color. There's so many incredible products out there now that you can just stick on the wall. Really, they're just really user friendly. And then it's all about, painting it to match the wall. Just adding baseboards and crown molding and picture molding and just incredible architectural details. And you can find these at architectural salvage places or Facebook Marketplace, or you just kind of got to know what you're looking for. But that could be tubs and faucets and all those things that you're going to leave when you move. Well, maybe you will take them, but this is the staircase. It's 5 stories. This is inside the Mayhurst. So incredible. I can't wait to go back there. It's a 4-day retreat. And we're sold out for this year, but if you want to come next year, I'm going to give you a link for the wait list. It sells out really, really fast. We have 4 days of these incredible design classes. We go antiquing. One day we spend the whole day just antiquing around Virginia. We have prizes, and it's all catered, and there's sponsors that have amazing things for us, and it's just incredible. We're adding in a really in-depth Bible study from now on, because it's such a life-changing event, and I want to just make sure it's really, really full and rich. So we added in that Bible study, but I hope you can come. I would love to meet you. I love meeting the She Holds Dearly community. It's probably even more fun for me than everyone else. I don't know, but I love it so, so much. The next thing that I would recommend is beyond the shell of the room, think about the finishes. So here I'm gilding my coffee table. It's a really simple process, but it's an old world technique where you just do these thin sheets of gold on whatever you want, actually, and just gives it that old world patina. Other classic, textures and materials would be Carrara marble, subway tile. Adding in brick or stone is really pretty easy to do. I added that brick wall there behind my wood stove, and that just makes it feel really, really vintage and cottagey. So it's very cosmetic, but easy to do. Then number 3, muted colors and wallpaper. So you see here, I'm in Sherwin-Williams, and here is the historic collection and the timeless colors. And they've been there for as long as I can remember, these color options. But in the last few years, this selection of colors has really been pushed to the forefront because it's trending. And so you want color. I feel like color has definitely come back, but a really muted version of it, whether that's green or mauve, or even like a warm yellow or something. Anyway, muted colors definitely will help you. And then of course, wallpaper, amazing. This is a mural that I recently did in my bathroom, and it is magical to be in this bathroom. So a mural, bucolic mural is always good, that countryside feel. And then any type of sort of a block print, I would suggest, for a pattern on the walls. This is back at the Mayhurst now. This is sort of a damask pattern, really, really rich. I love that it's trending. It's also classic in my mind. Now, wallpaper is a little bit more expensive than paint, for sure. I mean, you could spend several $100s on a room for your wallpaper, maybe $1,000 for wallpaper. But it definitely will elevate the space. It definitely will take it back in time if you get the right wallpaper. This is the Magnolia Room at Mayhurst, and it's next to their huge magnolia tree, which this year when I go back to Bespoke, I want to get some cuttings from that tree. I'm going to try to grow my own little magnolia tree back home in Washington. Then I think this is called the Garden Suite. I can't remember the name of this one. But the rooms, every one of these rooms at the Mayhurst is just incredible. Okay, number 4, antique furniture. So I'm just always looking for certain details with antique furniture. But these are 2 little, they're called slipper chairs because they don't have arms. 2 little child-sized chairs. I got them at a garage sale for $5 each. I had them reupholstered, which was not $5 each, and then added in these brass upholstery tacks. I just felt like we needed a little bit more bling on there. So I put those in there with the trim, and I really like that. Then this is my living room. I suggest looking for antique furniture on Facebook Marketplace. And then I have a lot of hand-me-downs, like just looking at this room. Except for those recliners, those are not antiques. And I probably could age them more. But this piano is over 100 years old. And that dresser there on the left, that's our Lego dresser. And then I have a desk back there in the back. I have the settee. And I love the detailing. You just can't find it. You can't find this kind of detailing on modern day furniture, big box store furniture. The quality and the craftsmanship is usually excellent. It's usually made of wood. Just the detailing, we've got this, it's called double welting, that double piping trim on there. Those legs, really good legs on antique furniture a lot of times. These cushions are filled with down instead of feathers. They're actually extra, extra soft because it's the softest part of the goose. Okay, back at Mayhurst, this is their little dining room area. More antique furniture. This is very traditional style.
But there's plenty to be had in antique stores, of course, but I find a lot on Facebook Marketplace too. I just want to show you in here again. This is the little seating area, but I love that settee. This is the very upstairs bedroom called the Constitution Suite. And I mean, if you're on the East Coast, lucky you, because you have access to incredible antiques straight from Europe in a way that I don't here in Washington. Okay, number 5, artwork. All right. I'm just going to tell you there's 3 things I look for. Maybe I'm a little narrow-minded on this, but I love black and white photos. I love paintings or things that look like oil paintings. And I love sketches, ink sketches, especially if it's some type of a building. You know, I just love those like long straight lines that come with sketches. So those are my 3 go-tos that I'm just always looking for. And of course, there's gallery wall. They're classic and they're trending, and so sometimes you get that. And so they just always look good, and they look very old world. This is a print that I put texture on with Mod Podge, and how it looks like kind of like an oil painting. Here is a sketch that I'm talking about. This is a very expensive one. $200, I wouldn't pay $200 for that. But this is what I mean. I just think they're so stunning. Okay, then number 6. I'm just gonna call it historical daily life, because I just think about, you know, what would it have been like, say, my house was built in 1906, so I think, what are the things that they would need in their home every day to actually live? And so I'm looking for books. I'm looking for dishes. They weren't super frivolous usually, especially if they weren't, you know, upper class. So I try to think about what it would have been like for them. Like, okay, we have soup tureens. I collect those kinds of items, and then I feel like they would have had natural elements as well, things from nature like shells or birds' nests or things that maybe, you know, more of a sentimental soul would have had on display in their home. And so I also am kind of looking for those things. Here I am styling this bookshelf up, and I keep switching it around, but this is a collection of things that I use to decorate my living room. So fabulous old books. I found that great champagne bucket with patina on it, and then I just start tucking them into shelves. And honestly, I do not show modern day items. I have my router hidden. My TV is a frame TV, so it looks like an old painting. I really try to recreate the era that I'm going for, which works for my house. Sometimes you can't do just any era because your house is too modern or something. And then I have a little corner, you know, my little writing desk with this. I hide all my office supplies in here next to string and coral. And I think if you think about what their life would have been like and what they would have treasured, you can pull together a lot of decorations. And then use their things maybe just a little bit different. So this champagne bucket that I got, I actually like it at Christmas. I put a little Christmas tree in it. But then during the year, I can do different things. I could put washcloths in it, rolled washcloths. Of course, I have a little plant in it here in my hallway. I did that just for a while. But just always be, thinking about life back then and the things that they would have. This inspired my spring decorating for the year. I love bookends. I'm always looking for those. These definitely are a little more decorative. These aren't essential for daily life from 1906, but add in some special pieces as well. I mean, even Ma Ingalls had a few special things on her mantle, right? So you can splurge and celebrate little details. Okay, back at the Mayhurst here. This is in the Lincoln Suite. I love the wallpaper. And that wallpaper is from Wayfair, by the way. You can track that down. But we have bookends, we have linen covered books, we have candlesticks, brass candlesticks. All of those things are just natural for recreating that vintage European look. Bring in flowers, bring in baskets, bring in candles, bring in blankets. I try to really maximize actually whatever's growing in my yard at any given point of the year. So end of summer, we have lavender hanging next to the wood stove. We're not actually using the wood stove at that point, but think about just recreating little cozy corners. And number 7 would be to put your everyday items into containers that look vintage. So I've got my kindling in a big old crock next to the wood stove. Actually, kitchens and bathrooms. In fact, I'm going to use my bathroom as a really good example here. Kitchens and bathrooms are prime opportunity for putting things into containers that, that originally came in really modern looking containers with colors and plastic. And so we switch everything out that we possibly can to make it look vintage. I did not mention laundry rooms, but they're actually another good room too. So I have soaps and towels. I have cotton balls. That's Epsom salt in that big jar there. I put out things that look beautiful and are useful. This little basket I thrifted for a couple dollars, and I keep the bathtub plug in here with rolled washcloths. And then I show as much as I can. I'm really strategic when I'm shopping, like, would I want to be able to see this and does it look vintage? So bathrobes and towels, everything is aesthetically pleasing. The little brush, the little mirror that I use to look at the back of my hair, the little antique mirror. And all of that together creates a beautiful little world that is believable, that it's vintage. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you would add to this list. A lot of these were ideas that you gave to me, and they were really good. So thank you for that. And if you're new to the She Holds Dearly community, I would love for you to join me and hit that subscribe button so I can send you more videos on how to make your home into a sanctuary.